pretend to
And
write
we're
things.
recording.
Okay, all right. Good morning, my name's Karen.
Hi.
Hi, Karen Ray. I'm one of the what's called psychological wellbeing practitioners here, or PWP for short. I'll explain it in a minute if
Okay.
it's okay. I've got this right, is it Joe?
Yeah, it is.
That's right, okay. Could you just confirm your full name and address and date of birth?
Well,
or-
officially it's Joseph Roberts, but
Okay.
prefer Joe.
Right.
My date of birth is the 13th of the 2nd, 1970, and my
Address,
address
yes.
was 9 Boardman's Lane.
Brilliant, okay, so that just makes sure I've got the right
Okay.
information, okay? I'm speaking to the right person, okay? As I said, what I'm called is Psychological Wellbeing Practitioner, or PWP for short. And what that means is that I work with people in this service who are experiencing, not people who are in the service, but I work with people who are experiencing low mood or anxiety,
Okay.
And the way in which I work is really that very similar to that of a coach. So if you think of somebody undertaking a marathon, they might have somebody who will give them tips on how to like get the best performance. We'll be there to sort of like show them what to do.
Right.
But eventually the person's going to go do the marathon
Right.
themselves.
Okay.
Okay. So we would meet for sessions, and then you would carry on doing the work outside. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you a little bit more about it later on, but that's just to give you a gist of what we would be doing, okay? We've got up to 45 minutes today, is that convenient
that's
for
fine.
you? Okay. And any future sessions there would be 6 sessions if you agree, if you decide you want this, and if we decide at the end that this is the right type of work for you. And to give it to help you. We'd have 6 further sessions, and they would be 30 minutes each.
Right, okay.
And they can either be face-to-face or over the phone.
Oh, right, okay.
But we can decide that at the end, okay? Today what we're going to be looking at is, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions about what the problem is and the impact it's having on your life. And from that'll help me to decide if the way in which I work will be of help to you, I can help you, or if not, what else I could sort of like signpost you to, sort of point you in the right direction, okay? And then you can also make a decision, obviously, if whether or not you want to continue coming to see me. And then what we'll do is, so that's main part of the session. What I also do is each time every time I talk to somebody, I need to check how safe they are. So we undertake what's called a risk assessment, and I'll talk about that a bit later on. Did your GP, I know she got a form there, did the GP ask you to
Oh, a
complete
questionnaire?
that?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I've done
brilliant,
it.
okay. So I'll come back to that in a little
Okay.
while, if that's okay. And then at the end, we'll decide what's going to happen next, okay? I just need to mention to you the idea of confidentiality. Obviously, what we talk about in the session is confidential, but there are 2 exceptions to that, okay? And one is if you tell me that you're a risk to anybody or a risk from anyone else.
Okay.
Okay, and obviously if that was to happen, then we'd obviously discuss what was going to happen, but I would have to inform the relevant people about
Right.
that, okay?
Okay.
And the other one is if you tell me you're engaged in any criminal activity,
Okay.
then obviously I couldn't keep that in the room. We need to discuss what we were going to do about it, but it would have to be, I'd have to take that out to the relevant people. And then just as well, just in order to make sure that the work I'm doing with you is the most appropriate and best possible work, I also take my work to a supervisor, okay?
Right, okay.
This links to note taking. I'm going to take notes now, and so if I'm looking down, it's not that I'm not listening, it's
Right.
that I'm just taking notes, okay? The notes I take are shortened and uploaded onto our secure system called IAPTUS. And you are identified by a patient number, so there's no information about your name or your address in there, okay? And so that happens so when I go to supervision, I will just say patient number such and such, I'm doing this work, okay? And again, it's to make sure I'm working in the best possible way.
Okay.
Okay? Just finally, because your referral came from your GP, I will, at the end of the session, just notify the GP that we've met today and the outcome of whether or not we're going to work together. And then if we do work together, then at the end of our work together, I'll just notify the GP that we've finished working our
Right.
work. Okay? Does that sound okay
Yeah,
to you?
that's
You
fine,
all right
yeah.
with that? Okay. 45 minutes today. You said that's okay?
Yeah, it's convenient now.
Anything you'd like to ask before we start?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, brilliant. Okay.